You might remember a couple months ago on the channel we talked about Nintendo getting into a lawsuit battle with a website called LoveRoms.com. Now LoveRoms.com was an emulation and ROM website. They used Nintendo IPs and properties in their marketing. Of course they were running ads on the website, so they were generating revenue, and of course it had Nintendo games on there that you could simply go on there, download the games, and then play these games on whatever emulators that you had if you decided not to download an emulator from the website, or you could also download an emulator from the website. Well, Nintendo actually took this to court. They wanted to seek $100 million in damages because of this website's actions. And a lot of people thought that was very crazy, myself included. That's a lot of money, obviously. And a lot of other ROM websites ended up closing up shop or getting rid of Nintendo ROMs and emulators right around the same time as this. So obviously they were doing this because they saw a trend happening. They saw something potentially happening, and maybe Nintendo would go after them next. But we didn't really know how this situation would completely unfold, and we wouldn't know the end result of it. Well, now we have the end result of it, and honestly it's pretty shocking, and it's going to send waves through both the retro gaming community, the ROM community, and of course just the gaming community in general. So what ended up happening? What did Nintendo win? And how did we get to this situation where now emulation and ROMs could be in a bit of trouble? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you check out the pinned comment in the comment section down below to have a chance to win a $100 eShop gift card giveaway, and let's jump into this story.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my god, it's Stevie Richards! So to briefly catch you guys up to speed, basically LoveRoms.com was a website that was using Nintendo properties in their advertising. And of course, they had Nintendo ROMs and emulators on there. You could get ROMs from anything from the NES to the GameCube. They had all sorts of different things that you could simply just go on their website and download. And like I said, they were using Nintendo branding and Nintendo images in their website. Well, Nintendo actually went after this company with a lawsuit of $100 million. And a lot of people were like, okay, that's a bit much, you know. But obviously Nintendo saw that this was a battle worth fighting for whatever reason. Now, LoveRoms.com was owned by a couple named Jacob and Christian Matthias, and they were based out of Arizona. And so obviously being a US-based website, Nintendo actually had an easier time going after them you know, if it was something overseas or something, it definitely gets a lot trickier. Well, around that time, a lot of major websites ended up taking down a lot of their ROMs and ISOs, especially when it came to Nintendo stuff. Some just completely shut down completely. And it really started to make people wonder, like, what's going to end up happening in this situation? How is this going to be resolved? Well, back in August, Nintendo took this to court in Arizona, and it was basically Jacob and Christian Matthias versus Nintendo, stating their case, and of course trying to get in as little trouble as possible. So a lot of people were wondering what was going to be the resolution of this situation. Well, today we got the resolution of that situation, and it's pretty damn crazy. So Nintendo obviously did win this lawsuit, but what they ended up winning was $12 million, actually over $12 million from Jacob and Christian Matthias. Now, yes, they were running ads on this website, so they were obviously generating some revenue, probably a good amount of revenue, but nowhere near over $12 million worth of revenue. And yes, Nintendo ended up winning this. Now, the court case and the documents have not been completely signed off on, but we have seen the documents that are basically just awaiting signatures, and it's pretty much over. So this couple, Jacob and Christian Matthias, are now going to have to pony up over $12 million to Nintendo in order to rectify this situation. And it's really saying a lot of things about ROMs and emulation in general, because I think that with this victory from Nintendo, it's really going to start shutting down a lot of major ROM and emulation websites. Now, is Nintendo within their right to do this? Of course, I always say yes, they are within their right, but is it worth fighting a battle against every website that's out there? I don't really think it is, because obviously a lot of these people who are downloading ROMs and emulators and things like that probably aren't going to buy the games in the first place. You don't really have a great way to buy games on your Nintendo Switch right now. You actually don't have a way to buy Nintendo games on the Nintendo Switch right now. Sure, you could do it on the 3DS and the Wii U, but the Wii U is dead, the 3DS is on its way out. But like I said, Nintendo is within their rights to do this. But what sort of impact will this have on future emulation and ROM websites? Honestly, I feel like a lot of these emulation and ROM websites are like puckering their buttholes right now, because obviously Nintendo can win this. Obviously they are petty enough, I guess would be the word, to go after individual websites and take them down and really put a big damper on the ROM and emulation scene. Now, of course, there's always going to be torrents and things like that. VPNs, always going to be ways that you can get these ROMs and emulators. But I think Nintendo's victory in this situation is really going to put a damper on the simplicity of just going to a website and downloading a ROM pack or different ROMs for different games, whatever emulators you want and things like that. So I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention in a quick video because I just found this absolutely fascinating that not only did Nintendo win, but they won over $12 million and in a pretty quick time frame as well. So let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. Do you feel like this is going to send a big ripple through the emulation and ROM community? Because obviously if Nintendo can win against this website, they could win against any website. So are people going to get nervous about their websites now? I honestly feel like they are, but let me know what you feel in the comments section down below. And as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.